Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. We're here today to talk about the best meal plan for diabetics who are over the age of 60 now. This is a big question because there are so many different things that we need to take into consideration when creating a meal plan for someone with diabetes who is older. So we have to think about not only the nutritional needs of someone with diabetes, but also the nutritional needs of an older person. There are some changes that occur as we get older that affect our metabolism, affect how our bodies process food, and they also affect the amount of calories that we need. So we have to be mindful of all of these things when creating a meal plan. But don't worry, we're going to go through it all in this video. So stay tuned. The first thing that we need to talk about when creating a meal plan for diabetics over the age of 60 is the importance of managing blood sugar levels. This is obviously a top priority for anyone with diabetes, but it's especially important as we get older because there are some age-related changes. It can make it more difficult to regulate blood sugar levels. As we get older, our bodies produce less insulin, which is the hormone that helps us regulate blood sugar levels. And we also tend to lose muscle mass as we age, which can make it more difficult to use up the energy from the foods that we eat. These two factors can combine to make it more difficult for our bodies to process carbohydrates, which is one of the main sources of energy for our bodies. However, there are some things that we can do to help combat these age-related changes and still effectively manage our blood sugar levels. One way that we can do this is by eating plenty of fiber-rich foods. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that our bodies cannot digest, so it does not raise blood sugar levels. But it can help us feel full and satisfied after a meal. This is especially important for older adults who may be less active and therefore need fewer calories. Fiber can also help to regulate blood sugar levels by slowing down the absorption of carbohydrates into the bloodstream. Some good sources of fiber include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Another way that we can help manage blood sugar levels is by eating protein-rich foods at every meal. Protein can help to slow down the digestion of carbohydrates, and again, this can help to regulate blood sugar levels. Protein can also help us feel full and satisfied after a meal, which can help us to prevent overeating. Good sources of protein include lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, beans, and lentils. Now, it's also important to remember that not all carbohydrates are created equal. When we eat carbohydrates, our bodies break them down into sugar molecules called glucose. The more sugar molecules in a food, the higher the glycemic index or GI of that food. Foods with a high GI can cause blood sugar spikes, while those with a low GI can help keep blood sugar levels steady. So it's important for diabetics to choose carbohydrates wisely. Some examples of low GI carbohydrates include whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. These types of carbohydrates contain more fiber and protein than refined carbohydrates like white rice and bread, and that fiber and protein helps to slow down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. And as we mentioned before, this can help to keep blood sugar levels steady. In addition to making smart carbohydrate choices, it's also important for diabetics to monitor their portion sizes. When we eat, our bodies release insulin in order to help regulate blood sugar levels. However, if we eat too much at once, our bodies may not be able to produce enough insulin to keep up, leading to a spike in blood sugar levels. To prevent this, it's important to practice portion control and aim to eat smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. This can help to keep blood sugar levels steady and make it easier to manage diabetes. Another important consideration for diabetics over the age of 60 is the need to get enough vitamins and minerals. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients. It's important to make sure that we're getting enough of these essential vitamins and minerals through our diets. One vitamin that is particularly important for diabetics is vitamin D. Vitamin D helps to regulate insulin levels and improve insulin sensitivity. Studies have shown that people with diabetes are more likely to have vitamin D deficiency, so it's important for diabetics to get enough of this vitamin through diet or supplementation. Some good sources of vitamin D include fatty fish, such as salmon and tuna, as well as fortified foods like milk and cereal. It's important to note that the amount of vitamin D that we need may also increase as we age. So it's important to talk to your doctor about whether you need to take a supplement. Another vitamin that is important for diabetics is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 helps to regulate red blood cell production and maintain healthy nerve tissue. Studies have also shown that people with diabetes may be at increased risk of developing a vitamin B12 deficiency. So it's important to make sure that we're getting enough of this vitamin through our diets. Good sources of vitamin B12 include meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products. If you are a vegan or vegetarian, then you may want to consider taking a vitamin B12 supplement. In addition to vitamins, minerals are also important for diabetics. One mineral that has been shown to be effective in helping regulate blood sugar levels is chromium. Chromium helps to improve insulin sensitivity and can help diabetics better regulate their blood sugar levels. Good sources of chromium include broccoli, whole wheat, and lean beef. As we age, it's also important to make sure that we're getting enough calcium and magnesium. Calcium is important for maintaining strong bones and teeth, while magnesium helps to regulate muscle function and nerve signaling. Both of these minerals are important for overall health and well-being, and they can also help to reduce the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and stroke. So what does all of this information mean for diabetics over the age of 60? In general, it means that we need to pay extra attention to our diets and make sure that we're eating a nutritious, balanced diet that meets our individual needs. We should aim to eat plenty of fiber, low GI carbohydrates, protein, and a variety of fruits and vegetables. We should also make sure that we're getting enough vitamins and minerals, particularly vitamin D, vitamin B12, chromium, calcium, and magnesium. By following these guidelines, diabetics over the age of 60 can help to keep their blood sugar levels in check and reduce their risk of complications related to diabetes. It's also important to work with a registered dietitian or healthcare professional to develop a meal plan that works for you and your lifestyle. Remember that everyone is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. So it's important to find what works best for you and your body. With a little planning and effort, diabetics over the age of 60 can enjoy a delicious, nutritious diet that helps to manage their condition and keep them feeling their best. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button below and share it with your friends and family. You can also click the subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our latest videos. Remember to always consult with your doctor before making any changes to your diet or lifestyle. Have a happy and healthy day.